Hello, welcome back. Today we're doing frittata. So frittata is one of several dishes that I use to use what's in the fridge, because there's two parts to it. One is a custard, which is eggs and cream, and the other is whatever you want to put in there, which is what's in the fridge. So I had some leeks and I had some mushrooms, and of course I always have bacon. So, and then some different cheeses. So this is cheddar and Swiss and literally what was in the fridge. So I have already rendered the bacon, and now we're going to make the custard. A typical custard, if you're baking or if you're making flan or if you're making creme brulee or something like that, is 6 eggs to a quart of cream. We're going to use somewhat less cream in this because this is mostly an egg dish. But you still want the cream, and the custard it'll rise. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. There's an infinite number of ways you can do this, but it's always going to start on the stove, and then you want to finish it in the oven. I have Teflon pans that are oven proof. If you don't, if I was going to make this for a bunch of people, I would use my big cast iron pan because it holds the heat best and it's just the best for it. But I'm just making this for 2 people. So I'm using a small pan. So I got the eggs going. About a cup of cream, not a lot. So then I'm going to season that, but right now we're going to get these going. So there is the bacon grease, a little butter. Now, you can make this and put it in the oven and then serve it right out of the pan. Or you can, when you take it out of the oven, you can flip it. So we're going to flip it. You can do it however you like. All that cheese is going to go into the custard. And I'm not going to put any cheese on top of it while it's in the oven, no matter how badly I want to. Now, if you're going to not flip it, you can put a little cheese on top. But remember that that cheese is going to weight it down, and you want this thing to puff up. We want to cook quite a bit of the water out of this. So that's going to go for a couple minutes. Okay, so now we're going to finish off the custard. Whenever you make a custard, you have to whip the eggs really good. Stretch out the protein so that they will cling to whatever the liquid and the fat is that you're trying to put in there. So this is 6 eggs and about a cup of cream, salt, pepper. Since these have already been rendered, they're going in, and the cheese is going in. Maybe not all. Okay, so let's come back over here. You can see these are pretty much cooked down. Not cooked to death, but cooked down. So now the custard goes in. Now I want to sort of leave those mushrooms on the bottom because I'm going to flip it out and I want them to be on top. So I don't want to stir it up too much. So we're going to do this until the custard gets rolling, and then it'll go in the oven. Like I said, I checked with the manufacturer and they said that this pan could go in the oven, so we're going to find out. Okay, you don't want to leave it in here too long because you get scrambled eggs. You just want it to firm up on the bottom a little bit. My sister was very concerned that all of my pan shaking on this glass top was going to scratch it up. So there you go. It's not all scratched up. Okay, so you can see around the edges here that it's firming up, which is what we want. See here? And then now we're going in the oven, 375. Once it goes in, you need to keep an eye on it, because you want to get it as soon as the custard is just set. So this is going to take about 10 minutes, so we'll take a break and we'll see you in about 10 minutes as soon as that's done.
All right, you're on.
Okay, we're back. This was about 10 minutes, maybe 12 or 13 minutes. A lot of the recipes say to cook it at 425, which I thought was too high. So this is a 375. Oh man. You see how nice and puffy it is? And see, the custard is just set. It's a little jiggly here, but that's okay. So I gotta tell you, these pans from Costco, of course, they're called Tramontina, and they're 20 bucks for a set of 3. I mean, you can't beat that with a big stick. Little prayer. Whew, there we go. So that's pretty much what it should look like. Like I said, the best thing about a frittata is if you don't know what to make, you don't feel like going to the store, what's in the fridge? You've always got eggs. You always got a little milk or cream. Make it work. Some cheese, ham. You can do squash and stuff like that. Just make sure that you cook the water out of them. And then that's it. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for being here. Make sure you subscribe. Grumpy out.